A seasoned handyman known for his ingenuity and resourcefulness, was no stranger to solving problems. He had tackled everything from leaky faucets to wobbly tables, always finding creative solutions with the tools and materials at his disposal. But now, as he stood in his cluttered living room, surrounded by a mountain of belongings, he faced a challenge unlike any other. Mr. Dye had decided it was time for a change. The cozy home that had served him well for many years was bursting at the seams with tools, gadgets, and memories. It was time to move to a larger space where he could spread out and create the workshop of his dreams. But as he surveyed the sheer volume of items he needed to pack, a sinking feeling set in. The problem, chaos and clutter. The problem was clear. How could he move his life, neatly and efficiently, without losing his sanity? Mr. diyOhMG knew that ordinary boxes wouldn't cut it. He had too many delicate tools, oddly shaped items, and heavy equipment that required special handling. Not to mention the sheer number of boxes he would need. There was no way he could keep track of everything using standard cardboard boxes. The last thing he wanted was to arrive at his new home and find his belongings damaged or lost in a sea of identical, flimsy boxes. The thought of the chaos that moving day might bring kept Mr. diyOhMG up at night. He imagined stacks of poorly constructed boxes crumbling under the weight of his gear, the contents spilling out and scattering across the moving truck. And then there was the hassle of taping and labeling each box, only to have the tape peel off or the labels fade in the chaos of the move. He needed a solution, something sturdy, organized, and easy to handle. The solution, discovering the perfect moving box. As he pondered his predicament, Mr. diyOhMG remembered a recommendation from a fellow handyman who had recently moved. "You need to get your hands on these moving boxes," his friend had said. "They're not like the cheap, flimsy ones you usually see. These are built for people like us, people who need durability and organization." Intrigued, Mr. diyOhMG decided to look into it. What he found was the perfect solution to his moving woes, a set of assorted moving boxes designed specifically for tough jobs. The 12-pack set included 4 medium-sized boxes 18 by 15 by 14 inches and 8 small boxes 10 by 12 by 15 inches. But what really caught his eye were the features that seemed tailor-made for his needs. Why Mr. diyOhMG chose these moving boxes. First and foremost, these boxes were designed for quick and easy assembly without the need for tape. Mr. diyOhMG was impressed by this feature because he knew how time-consuming it could be to tape up dozens of boxes, not to mention the frustration when the tape didn't hold. With these boxes, he could simply fold them into shape and get packing. But that wasn't all. The boxes were made in the USA from strong, corrugated cardboard with a unique double-wall construction along the sides and bottom. Mr. diyOhMG was no stranger to the benefits of sturdy materials, and the idea of having boxes that wouldn't buckle under the weight of his tools was a game-changer. He could stack them without worrying about the contents being crushed, and he knew they would stand up to the rigors of moving day. Another feature that sealed the deal for Mr. Dye was the built-in handles. He had moved plenty of times before, and one of his biggest frustrations was trying to lift and carry boxes without handles. It always seemed like the boxes were just waiting to slip out of his grasp. But these boxes had reinforced handles, making it easy to carry even when fully loaded. He could move his boxes with confidence, knowing he had a secure grip. The convenience of a lift-off lid was the final touch that convinced Mr. Dye these were the boxes for him. The lids stayed securely in place during transport, but they were also easy to remove when he needed quick access to his items. Whether he needed to retrieve a tool or double-check the contents, the lids made it simple and hassle-free. How the moving boxes solved the problem with his decision made. Mr. diyOhMG wasted no time in ordering the boxes. When they arrived, he was immediately impressed by the quality. The cardboard felt sturdy in his hands, and the boxes snapped into shape effortlessly, just as advertised. As he began packing, he appreciated how the boxes were sized perfectly for different items. The medium boxes were ideal for his larger tools and equipment, while the smaller boxes were perfect for fragile items and odd-shaped gadgets. The double-wall construction provided a reassuring sense of security. Mr. diyOhMG knew that his belongings were safe inside, protected from bumps and jostles. He could stack the boxes confidently, maximizing space in the moving truck without worrying about the boxes caving in. The built-in handles made the whole process even smoother. He could easily carry the boxes from room to room, and when it came time to load them onto the truck, the handles made it a breeze. Moving day arrived, and Mr. DIY was ready. The boxes had made the packing process so much easier, and now they were proving their worth during the move itself. As he and his friends loaded the truck, Mr. DIY felt a sense of satisfaction. The boxes stacked neatly, the lids staying put, and the handles making the lifting easy. There was no chaos, no crushed boxes, and no lost items. Everything was organized, secure, and under control. The joy of a successful move. When Mr. Di arrived at his new home, he couldn't have been happier. And loading the boxes was just as easy as loading them had been. The lift-off lids allowed him to quickly access his tools and gadgets, making the unpacking process smooth and efficient. And the best part, the boxes were still in great shape, ready to be reused or stored for future projects. As he set up his new workshop, Mr. Di took a moment to reflect on the move. It had been a daunting task, but with the right tools, these incredible moving boxes, he had turned a potential nightmare into a smooth, hassle-free experience. The boxes had solved the problem of chaotic packing, provided the durability he needed for his heavy items, and offered the convenience of easy handling and access. Mr. Di felt a deep sense of satisfaction as he organized his tools in his new space. The boxes had not only made the move easier, but they had also given him peace of mind. He knew that his belongings had been well protected, and the process had been as efficient as possible. And as he stored the now empty boxes flat in a corner of his workshop, ready for the next project or move, Mr. DIY couldn't help but smile. These boxes had done more than just help him move. They had proven themselves to be a valuable addition to his collection of tools and supplies. Mr. Di was thrilled with how well they had performed, and he knew he would rely on them again in the future. In the end, Mr. DIY realized that sometimes the right tool for the job isn't a hammer or a screwdriver. Sometimes it's a set of well-designed, durable moving boxes. And as he stood in his new, organized workshop, ready to take on his next project, he knew that with the right tools, he could tackle any challenge that came his way.